Well, a fine drive. Once again, Amos using his feet beautifully, finding the gap between cover point and mid-off. Getting put away through the offside for 4. First ball by Amos. There they go. Amos, little push to mid-wicket, through for 100, and what a fine 100 it's been. Made here at Lord's for the first time in his career and taken just 207 minutes and included 14 boundaries. He's gone for the bunt, over the top. He's got that one away for his 50. Beats Bedi at mid-off. A second successive boundary to John Edrich, and he moves on to another 50 in Test match cricket.
Got that just wide of the man at cover. It was an aimed stroke. 150 on. And he's given him LBW. The ball just getting inside the forward prod. The pavilion is rising to him for what must surely be one of his best ever innings. It must be close. Edrich just 4 short of his 100, and a lovely piece of bowling there from Bedi. That really was good bowling.
Fine extra cover drive. Well, that's out. A wicket to Bedi, a little bit of bounce there, surprisingly. Paul Bedi, Fletcher goes, a very simple catch round the corner to Solker, and he's unlikely to miss anything like that. That's the extra cover drive played by all the England batsmen. Each in turn, it's Gregg's go now, and he puts it away.
Now there's real timing. It's out at the end of Dines's innings. That one spun a little bit. And Venkat took the catch at cover. Dines, his innings ends at 118. It's a very good piece of fielding there.
Mission Bedi's 64-over marathon earned him 6 wickets for 226 in England's mammoth total of 629.
The question's like, that's it, he's got him. He's got him, that's the first breakthrough, the one they needed. Ganguly first there, congratulating his bowler. He knows how important this is. That's the end of Langer. Dravid took the catch, a little bit of bat there as he pushed forward, the ball spinning across him, and, well, exactly what India needed. Oh, he's got him, first ball, Rockwar's gone, first ball, Abhijit Singh has got rid of the best player in Australia. Mark Waugh out, first ball. Wonderfully caught behind square leg. That ball went really fast. It was beautifully taken. The stadium has come alive. Wonderful bowling. That one turned sharply. It's going to be difficult. You heard Ravi Shastri a little while ago. When you first come in, confronted by these spinners, anything can happen.
Harbhajan Singh on a hat-trick here. The Australian captain has come out to the centre. Tons of experience, but even he will feel the pressure at this stage.
Oh, it's spun a long way. Lunging forward there.
And in the air, and got him. Can you believe that?
Down the wicket, beautifully played, into the gap, that's four, lovely shot, using his feet superbly. Oh, big appeal, yes, got him, LBW, Ricky Ponting. Ponting, out LBW, Habashan Singh. He's making a big comeback here. Ricky Ponting was playing all around that one. The bat didn't come through straight. He's got him, first ball, has he got, yes, he's got him! He has got him! Adam Gilchrist is out first ball. The crowd here are on their feet. It pitches, does it pitch on middle and leg? Oh, he hit it, did he hit it? Right, now then, imagine the roar if they get Shane Warne out. And what's more, it'll be a hat-trick. Can Harbhajan Singh, who now has 4 for 58. No Indian bowler has ever taken a test hat-trick. Here we go. Can he do it? Oh! He's got him! Has he got him? Has he got him? He's going over to the square leg. The celebration's on. Is he the first ever? He wants a replay. He wants a replay. Well, is this history being made here?
Was it a full toss? Well, you can't see whether the ball bounced first. Very good catch. Now, did it go into the ground, or was it a full toss onto the bat, into the hand?
Well, we need another angle. The catch is clean, no doubt about that. We need another angle. We don't need the... Yeah, he's given him! He's given him! He's given him! I think the third umpire's jumped the gun. Let's have a look. This will show us.
And did he jam it into the ground, or did it come flush off the bat?
Well, the first Indian ever to take a hat-trick in Test match cricket. Harbhajan Singh, take a bow.
And from that moment, it's been carnage. And it's gone for 4. Well, it's a bit of tension relief there for Australia, but Steve Orr now can only bat with a touch.
Partnership between Gooch and Boycott, with Gooch making 32 of those. That's a lovely shot. Best shot Boycott's played today. Delightful movement of the feet. Just couldn't have been better taken from the textbook.
6 over now for Venkat. Just waited for it, turned it round. He's run the first quickly, no problem here in coming back for the second. And yet another Boycott Test match 50 goes on the board. It's taken them a fair while, 3 hours and 35 minutes. That's a beautiful shot. No need to run there. Over-pitched and found that very big gap there between mid-wicket and mid-on. Fairly raced away to the rope.
.400 up for England, and what a good toss it was to win. The field for the right-hander, now is leg slip and short mid-wicket. Gathering pace over that outfield, and 150 to Jeff Boycott. And he's played pretty well this morning.
And now the off-spinner Ayub. Drive Desmond Hayes is played on. That's out. That's out. That's the first wicket for India. And how richly deserved, because Ayub has come on as the second spin bowler, dropped straight into a length, and he's broken through for India. And how Dilip Venkata must be delighted at that after putting West Indies into bat. That really was a fine wicket.
Yes, this ball was well up to the batsman, and Justin Haynes coming forward and playing with a very loose grip. I think it was very unlucky the ball rolled onto the leg stump.
So Haynes is out for 20. The first wicket's down on 41. And the Indians, let's have another look at that first of all.
Yes, well up to the batsman, and he comes forward with the loose grip, and the ball rolled onto the wicket. He couldn't stop it with his hand, bat or leg.
So the crowd, many of whom support India, are watching Ayub bowling to Richardson, and he's off the mark immediately with a cracking square cut. 4 runs, 45 for 1 now. Let's have another look.
Very fine shot, short ball out to the off, and he leans back and played beautifully wide of Shivyal, and very fine shot from Richardson.
Here comes Ayub again. Oh, that was pretty close. That must have been within a whisker of bowling him. Everyone can't believe it around the wicket. Fine over there from Ayub, picking up the wicket of Desmond Haynes. Let's have another look.
This was well picked up to Richardson. I think he was a bit late for the shot.
Shastri now to Richardson from Antigua. Not frightened to use his feet, and that's 4 runs. Splendid shot through the covers.
Fine shot, well flighted. He comes out of the crease and take it on a full toss and just beautifully between mid-off and covers. A very fine shot.
Richardson has certainly developed as a player in the last few years. Greenwich now facing Ayub. That's in the air, but it's 4. Nobody's in the outfield. And Greenwich comes out of his shell. He had a very quiet start, but that's the first really explosive shot we've seen from him. That may go for 4 as well. Very, very fine, and it's fast outfield, and that's it. Another 4 to Greenwich. Richardson on strike. Ayub is the bowler. There's 3 men close to the bat. Oh, he should have stopped that. Off your own bowling, you don't want to miss those. Fine straight drive, but really Ayub will be kicking himself for missing that.
Poor fielding from Ayub on his own bowling. It's a straight drive and just missed it. And that cost him 4 runs.
So 83 for 1 is the West Indies total. On a splendid day here. Nice breeze keeping everybody cool. Now Hirwani, the leg spinner, to Richie Richardson. Oh, and another poor piece of fielding. That cost him 4 runs, I'm afraid. Could have stopped that.
This is well flighted, and Richie Richardson comes down the wicket and drives straight to Chetan Sharma at mid-off, and it was a poor piece of fielding from Chetan.
And really, India, having put West Indies into bat, will be looking for something better than that. Let's have another look.
It's well flighted. He's coming down the wicket, taking another half volley and drives very hard to mid-off, straight to Chetan Sharma. It takes his eye off the ball, and it goes between his 2 legs. Poor piece of fielding from Chetan Sharma.
Hirwani again, Richardson. Short, and that only just where it should have. Another foot closer or foot lower, and that would certainly have been out. Sidhu was one of the taller men in the Indian side. Almost got a hand to that.
Short ball out to the off stump and a square cut. He was nowhere near the line or the ball, and he was lucky to get away with that. He got out a similar shot in Madras a couple of years back.
And that'll be another 4. He can't bowl short to Richie Richardson. A marvellous cutter of the ball.
Looking really very promising indeed. Shastri the bowler.
And yes, he's kicked his place. It's going, is it 6?
I think first bounce for 4. Ayub. Nicely placed. Good flick of the wrist and lovely timing by Gordon Greenwich. Just look at the speed on that ball crashing into the perimeter there.
Well pitched up, and he drives beautifully between mid-on and mid-wicket. He timed it so well that Azharuddin could not stop it. It was a very fine shot.
Plenty of batting to come. So Shastri over the wicket this time to Greenwich. An appeal, a shout. Can't see right, can it? He appeared to play the ball into the ground. Give me on that.
Possibly the fielder thinking that it came off his boot, the front leg. But it's very difficult to make it from here. I think he just played it down on the ground. It's well-flighted ball, well picked up to God, and he played forward. And there's a loud appeal.
Beautiful shot. Glorious straight drive.
And that's a copybook straight drive. Chappell gets a glorious square cut, gave himself some room, and that's a beautiful shot. Not a bad ball, but beautifully played. The end of the over. That's a great way to finish a day's play with a glorious cover drive from Greg Chappell. He's 8th. He moves to 41. So it stumps. Greg's favourite position, but I don't think it will be worrying Greg Chappell that much on this wicket. He sweeps it in the air, and he's out. A magnificent catch by Chauhan, and Dilip Doshi again getting Chappell on that sweep. He's fancied that shot all summer, drifting the ball into the leg stump, attempting to sweep, and a magnificent catch. And Greg Chappell's out for 36 and 2 for 152.
Yes, it was quite obvious from the field positioning that Dilip Doshi did think that he was going to get Chappell out on the sweep, because he had a deep square leg and that square leg position where Chauhan took that very, very good catch, as you can see.
Wood was approaching his century when joined at the crease by Kim Hughes.
And here's a little bit of psychological byplay, if you've ever seen one. Because Wood's at the crease, he's wandering around, he's fiddling with his bat. He's champing at the bit. He's one short of his 100. And he has to wait.
Yes, in fact, the silly point coming in from backward point. And he cuts to that position. Cuts off the stumps. And up comes the century for Graham Wood. Well played. After a very nervous start, the young man's hit back with a fine 100. Generous applause from the big crowd at the Adelaide Oval, from his teammates. Not easy to make test 100s.
Well, it wasn't a classical 100, it was a very effective 100, and I think it was characterised by the fact that Wood picked the right ball to hit. And he stuck to his task throughout those 101 runs, and certainly has done a magnificent job for his side, taking that century off 182 balls in 238 minutes.
Kim Hughes really does need to build up a big score here today. A few people starting to talk about him being dropped from the Australian side. Only 1/2 century this season in tests.
Well, that's a fine shot. Down the wicket and smashing that one through extra cover. And that's a long boundary. The outfield's reasonably quick, but that's 4 to Hughes. Yadav to Hughes. Down the wicket and in the air. Well, that went past Yadav's right hand, which he stuck out very quickly. And had it gone into his hand, of course, would have been a marvellous catch. So 4 runs straight down the ground by Hughes. Last ball of this over. Once again swept and hit straight to Doshi, and he's caught him. Well, in fact, the ball going straight to Doshi. And 2 things happened to me there. For a start, Doshi caught it, and secondly, I thought he did it down to the ground first. So a breakthrough there, and the Indians eventually getting Wood out, caught playing that sweep shot.
Well, Wood gone 1 short of his previous best score in Test cricket. He's out for 125. That's how it happened. Once again sweeping, hitting it firmly, but straight into Doshi's hands. He grabbed it eagerly and without any trouble at all. Wood is out for 125, and it's 3 for 234.
That's out, yes. Doug Walters cutting, and a fine catch by Viswanathan at slip. The off-spinner getting the ball to bounce Walters onto the back foot, and a vital breakthrough, 5 for 393. And Walters departs for 20.
That is a good delivery. The ball bouncing and deflecting off the wicketkeeper. Notice the edge here, deflecting off the wicketkeeper, going wide, and very well taken.
Looking for one and going. The throw will be at Marsh's end. That's close, that's out. A beautiful piece of work by Kirmani. A blow for Australia, but the little wicketkeeper quickly onto that, picked it up and threw down the stumps. A delighted India, and what a good morning it has been for them.
Well, that was a marvellous bit of work there by Kirmani. Marsh looking to get off the mark, just nudging that ball around the corner. Kirmani after it very quickly, whipping the glove off. Marsh scampering down the pitch. In comes the throw and catches him around about 1.5 foot out of his ground. So a good decision there by the umpire.
Shouts of catch, and umpire Torful is up immediately with the finger. That's a big breakthrough for Anil Kumble. He really does just keep toiling away.
Well, Inzamam is not happy at all. He's not willing to move out. The Indians feel that they've got Inzamam luck. He's been given it.
Very difficult for the first slip fielder, particularly a leg spinner like Kumble. When a batsman goes to cut as a first slipper, you want to be backing off, but you really haven't got time with Kumble. That's in the air, but it's away from Tendulkar. 260 for 4.
And gone. Full toss being put straight back to Sachin Tendulkar's hands.
And this is disastrous signs from Pakistan. They're showing no fight. And it's gone bowling off the pad, as we just mentioned, and they've got the wicket. He's played pretty well, Mohammad Sami. Ends a fantastic partnership of 36. And now Pakistan trail by 268, and will they enforce the follow-on?
Well, it's the big decision, isn't it, Dino? Good bowling from Anil Kumble. Saw a way of unsettling Sami. Sami decided not to attempt to play at anything. It's been a bit unlucky. It's hit about 3 different parts of his body before rolling down onto the stumps. There it is. It's hit the inside of the inside of the left knee, up onto the right elbow, and then down onto the stumps. So that's just a tad unfortunate. But there's a lesson to be learned from it. If you're going to pad up, get your arms and hands and bat and everything out of the way. But a good resistance from him. He's bowled by Kumble for 15. Oh, what a good shot that is. It's driven right a bit off. It was a much nicer looking 4 runs than the previous one.
Pakistan 33 without a wicket, being made to work hard. India have bowled 17 overs. More gliding edge and gone. He's walking. Lured into driving hard through the offside. Imran Farhat will be disappointed with this after working hard. And gone. This is tremendous bowling from Anil Kumble. David Shepherd thought that was going to hit the stumps, pitched up, spin back from the leg spinner.
Wide of the crease, down the ground, beautiful shot. That's where you got to hurt him. 4 more, 82 for 4.
This time there's no doubt Akash Chopra is absolutely brilliant in that area. Bat pad was the question the first time. This is a straightforward catch, quick one. Oh, now difficult decision for David Shepherd. Was it a bump catch? He is asking for all kinds of replays and angles before he makes the decision. The red light comes on. Time for Shoaib Akhtar to depart. The 9th wicket has been picked up by India. Just got another 2-3 minutes before end of day's play. Pakistan 206 for 9.